Hello to all my viewers, this is Magicalamazing, and today's episode is going to be the final part of the making of my BAR. This is going to be on the foregrip, the barrel, and the bipod. After cutting out what would be the shape of the side panel of the foregrip, I used the same technique as with the stock to cut out the rest of the foregrip piece. I cut out two oval shapes from the piece, which will turn into the indents on either side of the foregrip. Here I glued a couple pieces of cardboard inside the oval shapes I cut out earlier, and attached the top of the two pieces together the correct distance using a couple pieces of cardboard on the inside. I cut out a slot from the strip inside the foregrip that I used as an anchor point for the gas tube that I had rolled earlier out of paper. After covering the front part of the foregrip around the gas tube, I wrapped a strip of cardboard around the gas tube as an anchor point for the front sling mount. The same way as before, I made and attached the front sling swivel. Sorry I didn't show it, but at this point I did already connect the gas tube and foregrip to the rest of the gun. I make a piece like this, and this is going to turn into the chamber of the gun. I glue it onto the foregrip and the front part of the body of the gun. The next step was to make the barrel, and here you can see the barrel I made. This is just many layers of paper. After attaching the barrel to the rest of the gun, he began work on the carrying handle. This is going to be what attaches the handle to the barrel. I roll a tube of cardboard next, which is going to be what the actual handle is made of. Next I take a long strip of cardboard like this, put some glue on it, and wrap it around one of the ends of the handle. Wrapping it like this gives it a sort of tapered appearance. I wrapped another thin layer of cardboard around the other end of the handle and covered the corrugation on both sides of the handle and most of this attachment piece. I leave some here because hot glue sticks to corrugation better than it does to flat cardboard. I put some hot glue on that corrugation and attach the handle to that piece like so. And here I check to make sure it's straight and lined up. In preparation for attaching the carrying handle, I wrapped two bands of cardboard around the barrel of the gun. I then take the carrying handle, make sure that the distance between the two bands is correct, and it is, and I put a couple dots of hot glue on the handle itself. Next step is very simple. I just press it onto the two bands. Before I let go, I want to make sure it's on there tight, it's on there straight, and it's on there perfectly. So I'm going to hold it there until the hot glue dries. Here's a slightly better view of how I attach the gas tube to the barrel, and the band around the muzzle is going to be for the front sight. I made what's pretty much just a little box and put the front sight post on top of it. The next step was just to glue it onto the band that I wrapped around the barrel before. I cut out two pieces that look like this and connected them together using a strip of cardboard. This will make the attachment point from the bipod to the barrel. It's a pretty big jump here, but I made the legs of the bipod by rolling a tube of paper and putting a strip of cardboard on the end. That strip will fit nicely into a couple of channels that I cut into the hub of the bipod. Next I began work on making the wing nuts that on the real gun would hold the bipod together. I cut out this sort of teardrop shape and glued it onto the other side of a peg, making wing nuts that look like that. I'm then going to attach the wing nuts to these tabs on the bipod legs. And the real one, they'd be used to be able to adjust the length of the bipod legs, but on mine they don't do anything. They're just there for aesthetic purposes. Now to start with the folding mechanism, I'm going to make a mark approximately in the middle of the piece. Then I'm just going to drill a hole directly through with the tab inside. Here I've drilled the hole through, and I've made a pin that will fit nicely inside of it. This will be used to lock the bipod in the deployed position. Now for the folded position, I cut a slot in the rear of the hub of the bipod and slide the leg in. Using the same hole on the hub, I mark where I'm going to drill my second hole. Here you can see a better view of the hole I cut in the back of the hub, and here's how the leg fits in just right. I then repeated the process with the other side. I cut out a couple of these shapes to make the feet of the bipod, and I attached them to the bottom of each leg. Here I'm testing to make sure the hub fits over the barrel and that it rotates freely. Now to make sure that it doesn't slide off the front of the gun, I'm going to use a very thin tube of cardboard as the muzzle brake. After gluing on that tube, I wrapped a piece of cardboard around the end of it, and I was done. And the finished product looks like this. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you if you're building along with me. This is Magicalamazing, signing off till next time. See y'all later.